Hi, it is sandybstitcher here with you today. My name is Sandy, and this is a video about cross stitch and talk. So glad that you're here today. I'd like to welcome everyone. I've picked up a few new subscribers, so I'd like to say hello and welcome to you and welcome back to all my other subscribers. And if you're just viewing and not subscribing, welcome to you too. It's been a little while. My last video was on the 13th of January, and I was doing kind of weekly videos, but it's been crazy. It has just been really crazy. I'll fill you in on a few of the things that have been going on, and part of it is just because I didn't want to spend the time on the video, I wanted to spend the time stitching. Let's see, as far as Bob goes, he's doing okay. He did have kind of a bad fall, and he cut the back of his head open, and it was probably about, maybe about an inch to an inch and a half gash in his head. And if you've ever been around anybody that gets a scalp lack, the scalp bleeds a whole lot. And there was blood everywhere. And that was kind of scary. But I had him hold some pressure on it while I cleaned up the mess that had gotten made. And eventually it did slow down and then stop. So now he just has kind of a scab there. It didn't look like it was really deep to me, so I didn't take him in anywhere, and it was fine. It seems to be healing quite well. So, but it was a little scary when it first happened. For anybody who doesn't know, my husband Bob has Parkinson's, and over the last year, he has had what I consider a significant decline in his everyday life. And we have been looking for a new doctor, and we have an appointment for the 19th of February to go in and meet with a new doctor. And I have my fingers crossed that this will be a fit. He had had the same doctor for about 8 years, and I just felt that he was not giving us any information at all. It was status quo every time we went there. So I'm going to write up a whole lot of questions and everything so that when we go in, I can see whether this new doctor will be more conscientious as to where he is in his disease right now. I've been watching a lot of videos about Parkinson's on YouTube. If you know anyone who has any kind of a disease like Parkinson's or something like that, there are so many videos out there. And one of the ones is the Michael J. Fox Foundation. Another one is called Davis Finney Foundation. There's several others. And I'm watching a lot of these videos, and I have learned so much. And I think watching these videos is what brought me to the conclusion that we needed to seek out a new doctor and go from there. So a lot of interesting stuff. Okay, I won't bore you with that anymore. Let's see. Olivia is doing good. I haven't seen her since Christmas time, but there was a video posted. She finished her chemo. I believe it was about a week ago. The nurses and everything there at the hospital did a big deal, and she got to ring a bell. And then I guess at her school, a bunch of parents and teachers and kids all lined up along the sidewalk as they were driving by. I believe it was to go to her last chemo, and they were all waving and had signs and everything. So that was really cool. And so hopefully we'll keep our fingers crossed that she remains in good health now. And I don't know when she'll be tested again or exactly how all that works out, but when I hear something, I will let you know. But please continue the prayers to keep her healthy. Let's see. Lori, my sister-in-law Lori, has lung cancer. She is 6 years in and has had some significant declines in the last year. She's on oxygen 24/7, and but she's doing pretty good. She had a bad cough a couple weeks ago, and I kept bugging her about going to the doctor. Well, she got over the cough. She wouldn't go in, but she did get over the cough. So she made dinner for Bob and I the other night, and well, her and Chuck did. And so we had a nice visit. And so for her, everything is going as well as can be expected. So please continue your prayers. If you've been praying for her, please continue those prayers for her. I have seen a little bit on Instagram. There have been some losses in the Flosstube community. One of Oh, I can't remember her name on Instagram right now, but she was mauled by a dog and was bitten very, very badly. So if you could, I think it's Born to Stitch. So if you could put some prayers out for her, she's having kind of a hard time. I guess she was mauled pretty badly by this dog. So I believe it was a pit bull that attacked her when she was going to the mailbox. So some prayers for her would be welcome, I'm sure. And we had a loss of a floss tuber. Was not someone that I had ever watched. I think it was Lost in Floss, one of the ladies from that group. That was doing Flosstube videos apparently passed away. I picked up on that on Instagram from some other ones. I'm going to have to check out those videos because I had never seen them. There are so many videos out there. There's no way that anybody could ever watch all of the Flosstube videos that are out there. There's not enough hours in the day. But I'm going to just put you on hold here for just 1 second. Okay, I'm back. Got a text message. I just wanted to check it out, but it was garbage. Let's see. What else did I want to tell you? My granddaughter's birthday is coming up here on February 2nd, and that's why I was wanting to check my text message because they're supposed to be getting back to me about maybe taking her out to lunch and doing a little shopping. She will be 17. It's hard to believe. That's the youngest. So, okay. I don't have a new chart to show this week. Try to have one next time. I did, after all of this time, I finally got the chart sent out to Verpy, so that's on its way to you. And today when I went to the grocery store, I went to the post office, and Cindy, I mailed yours. I needed to take that to the post office and get it weighed. So it should be on its way to you as of today. Sorry that it took me so long. And that's why I don't think I'm going to show another one today. Most of you, if you've been watching, you knew that in early December I had gone and ordered carpeting, and it was kind of a real fiasco trying to get that carpeting. I would have liked to have gotten it in December, but they couldn't do it. Then I told them wait till January. Then they forgot to order the carpet. And then I called and they finally got the carpet ordered. Then they called me and told me that they would, well, no, actually, they didn't call me. I called them back again and they told me that they would put it in on the 28th of January. But then last week, they called me on Wednesday and they said they wanted to come and do it on Thursday, the 23rd. So I was like, okay. Well, on Thursday, the 23rd, they didn't come and didn't come. And then finally, this one guy shows up and he says, well, he says, you know, this and that. And then he says, well, my sister died last night suddenly. And it was totally unexpected. And she was only 54 years old. And he was kind of upset. And so finally, it was left that he just left for the day. Well, then he told me he was going to come back the next day. Well, the next day I waited and I waited and nobody came. So after a couple hours, I called the head guy and I said, you know, where's the guy? And he says, well, I don't even think he's working today because his sister died. So they did some checking and they called me back. And so finally they said, well, they were going to come on Sunday morning. So I told Bob, I said, well, we just won't go to church. I'm not going to argue with them about when it is. I just want to get this carpeting in because my house has been ripped up. You know, I had to take all my stuff out of 2 rooms, basically, except for the furniture. And, you know, and I'm waiting. And so they finally showed up on Sunday morning and they did the smaller bedroom, the hallway, and the stairs. And then they came back on Monday and they did the master bedroom and finished up everything. And so it's done. It looks nice. The more I looked at it, it's been a while since I picked it out, but I really don't think it was the carpeting I picked out. But, you know, maybe I just forgot what it looked like. I don't know. But it's pretty and I like it and it's down and I've started trying to put my house back together. So that's been taking up a lot of my time. And then I finally got most everything back in the rooms the way I want it. And now I have to clean out my crafty, stitchy room, whatever you want to call it. And I need to go through everything. I have charts piled different places and if you know, the last time I had won the gift certificate for 123 Stitch from the Stitchathons through Cross Stitch Finish Line, that Facebook group, and which was a great surprise. And I had placed my order, and I got part of my order, but not all of it yet. And I'm going to be honest with you, the only way that I got this video going today was because I'm not too organized. I just kind of made a list and I'm going to have to run here and run there to get stuff. And if I think it's going to take me more than a second or two, I will pause you in between. So for you, it should be pretty seamless, but for me, a few minutes might pass. So right now, I think I'm just going to run across the room. Well, actually, I think I'll walk across the room and get part of what I ordered. So I'm just going to leave you running here. So hang on, look at my empty chair. That wasn't too bad, was it? All right, I had said that I had ordered, well, the stuff I didn't get was the 25 count easy count fabric for my heights. That didn't come in, but that's just plain white fabric and probably nobody really cares to look at that. But this is a piece of 14 count Queen Anne's lace, Jobelin Ada, that I had ordered. And I couldn't tell from online what this was even going to look like. And it's a really nice neutral. And I don't know, can you see that the modeling in there? It's really quite pretty. And so I'm going to really look forward to stitching something very pretty on this. And I ordered a nice big piece because, of course, you know, I love those big big giant projects. Okay, so I have that. And then I told you that I had ordered a chart, like I need another chart, but I love Rosewood Manor. And so I looked through the Rosewood Manor charts that they had, and I looked for something that I didn't see a lot of other people stitching, but that I liked. And this one just kind of reached out and touched me. It's called Arise My Soul. Am I getting that in there without the glare? Isn't that pretty? And it does have some specialty stitches in it. And I'm not usually crazy about specialty stitches, but I'm going to try them. And the saying on this says, darkness depart and let the sun shed forth his light and power. Arise, my soul, thy course to run, and slumber now no more. Isn't that pretty? I mean, there may have been people stitching this, but I missed it. But I think that is so pretty. I have no idea when I will start this, or even what fabric. It might even fit on that piece of fabric right there. I don't know. I'll have to check that out. Let's see. Where am I going from here? I did an awful lot of stitching. In the time that I had, in that, what is that? It was just about 2.5 weeks. I really did a lot of stitching. So I think what I'll do next is I'm going to give away this chart that I had shown you the last time, this real pretty one. And this was called Wild Roses. And I had 6 people that asked for this chart. And I did the random number generator, and it shows number 3. And what I had done is I'd written the names down and then put a number next to each name. And number 3 was Jenny D. D as in dog, Jenny D. So Jenny, I don't think I have an address for you. So Jenny, if you would send me an email, I'll put my email address is always below. It's just sandybstitcher@gmail.com. If you will send me an email with your mailing address, then I will try to get this out to you, and I will try to get it out to you in a timely manner. I don't promise anything because you all know that some of you have waited a long time to get your charts, but I always do get them sent out. Pardon one sec while I get a drink of coffee. Okay, I've been to the grocery store today, been to the post office, been to the bank. We went out to Arby's and had some lunch. I was so tired when we got back from Arby's that I just sat on the couch and snoozed a little bit with my cat. So now I'm hopefully ready to go. All right, let me look at this. I had 1, 2, 3, 4 whips that I worked on, and there was 2 new starts in there. So let me show you what I got. All right. One of the things that I have been working on was Quaker Diamonds, and I don't have any finishes yet, but I got a lot closer, and I'm going to hold this up here for you. I got to keep moving further back. But yeah, I got that big diamond down there almost finished. That down there to the side, that's all the way to the bottom. And now I'm moving across, and we'll try to get this. It's not going to be done by the end of the month, which I had originally said I hope to do, because I don't make plans because plans never work out. But because I don't think I told you the date again. I am so bad about that. Today is Thursday, January 30th, 2020, or 2020. But it's getting there, and I think I should be able to get it finished next month if I work on this one. I've been feeling drawn to some other projects. That's my problem. I get drawn to so many other things. And I also worked on Japanese Garden, the Dimensions kit, and I don't have the picture out here, but I think you guys have all seen it, and I posted this on Instagram. And I did quite a bit on this, and I was just really going to town on this. So you can see I did so much more all the way down in here. And well, my husband just opened up the front door, and boy, that added a lot of light in through here.
Well, you want to come in, Boots? Come
on.
No? All right. Come on.
But there's where I am on Japanese Garden. And as I said before, I have a plan, well, not plan, a hope to get this page finished up in the first quarter of this year, and then move on because I have a whole lot more to stitch over here. Okay, now the rest of the stuff is behind me, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause you just a second, pull a few things over here. It's stacked up back there where I've been working on it, and so give me just a moment. Okay, I'm back again. All right, the next one that I have to show you, I don't have the picture out here. And I'm not going to go dig it out, but this is my Hade. This is Mini Mount Cabin Home, and this is where I am with this one. And I was working up there along that top and over there where you can see the tops of those trees. I was filling in that sky, and so I'll just keep on going with this one, trying to make progress during the first quarter of the year. This will be out the first 3 months, and then I will get Shades of Summer by Artisy back out for the second quarter. Okay, there's that one. I'm going to throw it back over here. Just stay right there. Okay, let me check my list here. So I've shown you that one. I showed Quaker Diamonds, Japanese Garden. Okay, I had a new start on an ornament. I have always said I was going to try to get some ornaments done, but I never did. And this one, it's out of the Just Cross Stitch Christmas Ornament Issue 2019. And I have the magazine back there, but I have it, I don't know how to explain it. I have a magnetic board and I have it pushed down on there, and I didn't want to get it out, so I'm just going to show you. But it's basically, it's like a mantle across here with a kitty, so I've got some more black to do along here. And it has 4 stockings, so you can see I've got one stocking totally completed and the second stocking almost completed. And then down here along the bottom, it says Glad Tidings. It showed it to be done with Weeks and Gentle Arts, and I am using DMC, and I kind of changed out all the colors. It was very muted colors, and I wanted brighter reds and goldier golds, and so I just switched them all out and put in the colors that I wanted. So it's just a beginning on this. It's not even halfway done, but I'll work on it a little bit here and there. And then in Cross Stitch Finish Line, the Facebook group, there is an ornament sale, and I think they have one every month now in 2020. And so I started this for the ornament sale, and so each month, when the ornament sale comes around, maybe I'll start another one. and then just work on them as I go since they're small. And maybe next year I will have some ornaments. I still have my Christmas tree over here. I couldn't put it away because it goes upstairs in one of those bedrooms that was, I used that one bedroom as a storage room. And so that still has to go up there and get put away. But it is what it is. I'm not going to worry about it. Okay, now that was my ornament. I also had a new start. What the heck did I do with that? Oh, I know. I put it in the other room, and I don't think that you've seen that. So I'm going to pause you for just a second. Okay, I'm back. This was for a sale in Crested's Finish Line. It was an excuse to have a new start. So I started this Dimensions kit. I think I talked about it in the last video, but I don't know if I showed it to you. But there's Village Canal. And I just had a little start on this. Drag it out here. Just a little bit. I think that's where it goes. All right, that's it. No big deal. It's on some light blue Ada. So we'll put that one away, and we have one more that I worked on. And I'm going to reach around here and get it. And I got this, I just hit myself in the head with the, of course it didn't hurt me, but free kittens. I had been working a whole lot on Japanese garden, and it kind of just burned me out. And so I spun my decision roulette, and this is what it came up with. And so I went and I pulled it out, and I need to take it out of the Q-snap here. It's in here, and I didn't take it out, so let me pull it out. Okay, and here's where we are on that. And I've pretty much been working on this wing over here and starting down into her dress. So that's that one. So a lot of stitching. So in my mind, I feel like I made quite a bit of progress. But then when I look at it later, I'm like, wow, maybe it wasn't as much progress as I thought, but it's pretty good. One other thing that I was going to mention to you, I don't know how many of you have heard of the GoodRx app. If you have to take prescription medication of any kind, prescriptions can be quite expensive. And what I am finding is that more and more, our insurance company won't always cover the medication that the doctor would like to give. And so I was using this, it's an NSAID, that's NSAID gel. It was a gel, and it was called Voltaren. And since I had used it last, they had actually come out with a generic for it. And my insurance had covered it in the past. I still had to pay quite a bit for it, but they were covering it. Well, the last time that the doctor prescribed it for me for my shoulder pain, because what it is, it's a gel, you rub it on. It's kind of like Bengay, but it doesn't burn like Bengay, but it has that NSAID, like ibuprofen or whatever in it, so that it's a topical instead of having to have you ingest it. because I have a problem taking NSAIDs because of the fact that I have a heart stent and I have stomach problems. And those types of medications can exacerbate those issues. So I was trying to use this gel as a topical thing instead of ingesting it. Well, all of a sudden, my insurance company decided that it's too expensive and they won't cover it anymore. So what they said was it needed prior authorization. Well, apparently my doctor was not able to get the prior authorization, and so I couldn't get the prescription. But the prescription was actually sitting there at the pharmacy at the grocery store. So when I went to see the orthopedic doctor, I was talking to the PA there, and he actually told me about this app called the GoodRx app because he was suggesting that I take Flexerol, which is a muscle relaxer for my back pain to sleep at night, rather than a pain reliever. And I told him my insurance company won't cover Flexerol for me because I'm over 65. And they said it's not safe for people over 65 to take it. Well, he said the reason why they don't want people over 65 to take it is it's a falls risk because it's a muscle relaxer, so it relaxes you, and they're afraid that people could fall that are over 65. So he says it won't hurt you, and especially if you're taking it at night to sleep. So I told him, I said, well, they won't cover it. He said, well, he looked it up on this GoodRx app, and they would cover it, and they knocked the price down. So I went to the drugstore, and when I first went in, they were going to, they said it was $6 and something for cash because it was only for 15 pills. And then when you pull it up in the GoodRx app, it drops it down to only $5 and something. Now, that may not seem like a lot, but if you take multiple medications, that could add up. And I was able to get it. So then I asked the girl, I said, well, I have a prescription here for this Voltaren gel. And she says, yeah, it's a generic now. And I said, well, my insurance company wouldn't cover it. And she looked it up and she goes, yeah, she says it requires prior authorization. I said, well, could I use this GoodRx app to get it? Would it save me anything? She looked it up and she says, yes, you can use that. And it would cost you $29.84. Well, to get it normally paying cash, it would be around $60 to $80, they had told me. So I was able to get it and get it for $30, where before my insurance said, no, you can't get it at all. Or if I would have paid straight cash, it would be $60 to $80. And what I did also find out is the GoodRx app, once you put it on your phone, it will pull up all the pharmacies in your area. So you can look up, if you're at the doctor's office and he suggests you take a certain medication, you can look it up on this GoodRx app and see where it's the cheapest and then have your doctor send it there. Because I noticed I get my prescriptions filled at Giant Eagle Pharmacy, which is a grocery store in Northern Ohio. I noticed that Walmart was significantly less. Let's see, what was the other one? Walgreens, I think, was significantly less. But see, I don't have a Walgreens close to me. I'd have to drive a ways to get to a Walgreens. But that's pretty good. So I thought I'd let you guys know. I know I've told you guys about a few things in the past, and it's helped some people. So I hope this GoodRx app will help a few people. I believe there's another app like this out there that there's a commercial on TV that has Martin Sheen in it for this other one, and I can't remember what it is, but check out this stuff. I didn't think that it would I didn't think it would actually save much money, but it does. So just some more information for you. I think that's about all I have, and I've been yakking on long enough. So I'm going to let you all go and get to stitching. And maybe next time I'll have even more stitching to show you. Um, and maybe I'll be able to get my stitching room together and actually know what I have up there. That would be interesting. So I want you all to take care, sending out my hugs, my kisses to everybody, and sending out prayers to anybody who needs a prayer. And if you can, please return the favor. And I'm not sure just when I'll be back, but I will. And we'll see you all then. So take care. Bye bye.